Great day, everybody. Look, my name is Kathy Hood, and I am VP of Marketing and Events with this Greater South Fulton Chamber of Commerce. That means I'm on their board, guys. So it is a beautiful day, and I'm super excited about our guests for today with our CommerceConvo. Look, this is new, Mayor. So yeah, all of a sudden I became host, just all of a sudden, okay, of
Because you're
something
so
that we
good.
okay, we just came up with this on a whim when we were working on something else. And so it just works. And so I just want to say great morning to you. And thank you so much for agreeing to hang out with us for just a few minutes on Commerce and Comfort. Commerce Convo. How are you this morning?
I am doing extraordinary, my friend. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm excited for what you're doing. I'm always excited for what you're doing because you're always doing something exciting.
Thank you, thank you. So, girl, every time now, we just love each other anyway. And every
Yeah.
time we saw each other, we just love, love, love in the room. But now I just get even more excited because my friend, guys, here is the new mayor of Palmetto, the city of Palmetto, and I am super excited. So congratulations once again. You made history, girl. And so we are just
Thank
super
you.
excited for you. Oh, you're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
I will tell you, I have been telling people I didn't make history. I made her story. This is her story. We told his story long enough. We're telling her story now.
Awesome. Look, so I'm just going to give you just a couple of minutes, girl. Just tell everybody about you, Mayor.
Oh wow. My name is Mayor Teresa Smith. I am the first African American and first female mayor of the city of Palmetto, Georgia in 170 years of cityhood. So it is yes, it's an exciting time to be me. I am a native Atlantan, so I'm just down the street from home, but to live in a city for 20 years and get the calling and find the courage to answer the calling, because a lot of times we are all called to do something. All of us.
Yes.
But sometimes it can seem so big and so scary, and imposter syndrome kind of kicks in, and we don't feel like we are the one for that. But when you are assigned and you know that there is a divine appointment, it is in everybody's best interest that you show up. So I am grateful for this opportunity. I choose to show up every day, give the people the best of what I have to give them, and go home and share the rest with my family, which is hopefully still the best of what I have to give them. But I love this. I love this. I know that I was chosen and I accept it, and I'm here. I'm here for all of it, good, bad, and ugly.
That's right. We are so glad that you're here for it. So that leads right into our question, right? And so you just said it, but let me just go ahead and ask the question. The question: how have you been able to continue to live and love a city that has not made any changes for many years? And it's a twofold question. And what's one of your major plans to take Palmetto to the next level as the new mayor?
Oh, this is awesome. So what makes me get up and do this is this city has not grown. It has not grown in a way that benefits the people. Mm-hmm. And I mean the greater people, the greater good of all people. But it has so much potential. But what it truly, truly boils down to is what I mentioned earlier, is that this is a divine appointment. I can't say that Teresa would have honestly said, hey, I'm going to run for mayor one day. Don't know that was in the scope of what I saw for myself doing. But 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I felt the calling to do more because, again, we don't often engage in our cities the way we could. We'll engage when something goes wrong.
Right.
Everybody wants to come out and speak when something goes wrong, or one of the what they call a NIMBY, not in my backyard. If somebody decides they want to bring in a business that you don't like, yeah, you'll get involved then. But the business of the city happens 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Mm-hmm. So that means that we have multiple opportunities to get engaged. And about 16, 17 years ago, I got engaged in what was happening in my city. I was working where I was traveling a lot, but I saw after about 10 years of living here, the things that we had heard were coming and were going to happen weren't happening. So I started going to council meetings so that I could hear for myself. There was no publication, there was no email, there was no newsletter, there was nothing that came out to let us know what would be happening in the city. It was all just word of mouth.
Right.
But when it wasn't happening, I started going to the council meetings and I would ask questions. And I am a firm believer, as the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. So I ask a lot of questions. And when I wasn't getting the answers to the questions, then I felt prompted to run for city council because I felt like I would get more answers on the other side of the dais.
Gotcha.
After 2.5 years, I was still not getting the answers that I believed I was entitled to, not just as a council member, but as a citizen of the city. And when not getting then I started feeling there's more that I can do. And each of us, again, we each get that urging, whether it's a city government, whether it's PTA, whether it's just how you function in your home. We all get all kinds of nudgings and urgings, but sometimes we pass them off. Sometimes we think that's not important enough, and we don't. But when I kept getting the urging to run, I ran for city council and won. Almost overwhelmingly won.
Wow.
As an outsider. So that let me know when a city will elect a quote unquote outsider, that means they're looking for change. And I ran to be the change. But under the leadership that we had at the time, change just wasn't on the agenda.
Wow.
The previous administration had gotten extremely comfortable with where we are. So that, again, when I saw that I couldn't make things happen from that seat, God just started preparing me, even to the point where in the preparation, I could hear him. I could hear clearly that this was where I was going, but there was a part of me that said, not little old Teresa from Southwest Atlanta. That's that imposter syndrome.
Right. Let me did I hear you correctly?
And it was some real one-on-one conversations with God. And it wasn't one of those inner talkings. It was the outer talking. God, are you serious?
Right.
You really want me to do this?
Yes.
Yes. So to step out, the main thing on my agenda is economic development. That's a huge part of it. But a lot of that comes from bringing the community together. Palmetto is still very divided. Highway 29 runs alongside the tracks. The city is still very divided. There's a racial divide. There's an economic divide. So how do we bridge those together and let people know that we are stronger and better together and we can do more together? So bringing the two sides of the track together in a meaningful way that lets them know that we can create a vision that is inclusive of everybody in the city. It doesn't have to be this group or that group and all of that. We bring it together, and then we can come up with our missions and goals, what we would like to see for our city, which brings, without the proper missions and values, we're just a ship without a sail. We've just been kind of going along just lately. So we're putting some things in place. We've got a retreat coming up where we're actually coming together and bringing together the heads and everyone so that we can all hear. It's not the vision of one person, which is how the city has been run for the last 40 years or so. Wow. We are a city that is actually made up of a lot of different people. How do we bring us all into the room and create some synergy? Where we marry a bunch of different ideas and come up with something amazing. So, but economic development is at the top of the list.
That is awesome. Awesome. So look, I'm just super excited that I was able to just tap in just a little bit with my mayor friend, Mayor Teresa Smith. Yes. Girl, this is so amazing. That is awesome. So I'm just looking so forward to everything that you guys are getting ready to do over in Palmetto, and just super excited for the change. So thank you so much for joining us today on CommerceConvo with the greatest Southwoods and Chamber. And I appreciate you, girl. And I know we are expecting great things, and just know that people that you will be seeing and hear more of her on this station, all right? On this channel.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. I love you. I appreciate you. And again, I love the great things that you're doing, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Thank you so much.